Elton John on the 80s and 90s lunch party on 102.7 WMOM 1212. Good afternoon to you. Chris here with you. We're going to bring in our sister station here on Mom FM and a special guest in the studio with us. Let's do that right now. Hot Country Hits 99.9, home of your new country and your all-time favorites. And we're streaming this on our Facebook pages, Hot Country Hits 99.9 and 102.7 WMOM, as well as our YouTube channel. We're talking with Tara. Tara, how you doing today?
Fine. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing okay. And you know what? When Mondays come along and we have sunshine and blue skies, especially in the summertime, we know that it hopefully will be a very successful Charity Monday with Ludington Jaycees. Are you looking forward to today?
I am.
Okay.
Very much so.
That's great. Well, this is the deal. We've been talking about this throughout the summer, and it is Charity Mondays. It happens at the Jaycees, the Ludington area Jaycees Mini Golf on Ludington Avenue and Lakeshore Drive there. And when you golf there today, 30% is going to go back to a great cause, the Lakeshore Food for Kids. And I would assume that you are happy about that, right? When they selected your charity?
Thrilled.
Okay.
Not only an opportunity to raise some more funds, but, just the exposure, getting to talk to wonderful people like yourself and letting people know on social media and everything about our program and what we're doing to care for kids in Mason County.
All right. And what is that? What if somebody's just tuning in and they're like, Lakeshore Food for Kids, take us through that. What is that about? And there is a connection with the Lakeshore Food Club too, right?
There is now, yes. So Lakeshore Food for Kids is just heading into its 8th year of helping kids experiencing food insecurity in Mason County. We have primarily helped kids at Ludington Area School District the past 7 years. And we send home food on the weekends and at spring break, winter break, just making sure that kids have the food they need in order to thrive, in order to come to school ready to learn on Monday morning. And so now we have become a program of the Lakeshore Food Club because we are realizing that this is a bigger program than what the three moms who founded the program can handle at this point. And there's just a much greater need than we even imagined. So it's really exciting. We are now, like I said, a program of the Food Club, which means that we can reach out to beyond Ludington Area School District. We can possibly help kids in other Mason County school districts, starting, in fact, with G2S, Gateway to Success Academy this fall.
That's exciting, especially with school starting right now today. That is hopefully gives a little bit of that reassurance for parents. Ludington, as an example, they went to basically a free lunch program for the students. Does that help you? Does that change the dynamic of what you try to accomplish every day?
Not necessarily, other than I personally think it's wonderful for all kids to receive free lunch because, sometimes it's quite evident certain kids are getting the free lunch, free breakfast at school. All sorts of kids, everyone utilizes it. You can't tell who needs that extra support, that sort of thing. But we know that a lot of kids in Mason County rely on those school meals, whether they're free or reduced or whatever. And that helps at school. But what happens when they go home on the weekends? They don't have those meals possibly to help get them through the weekends. And then think about some of our breaks. I think our last winter break was 16 days long. And, what if you don't have the food you need? So that's where Lakeshore Food for Kids comes in. We provide that food over the weekends and the breaks.
How did this develop, if you don't mind? And if you're just joining us, we're talking with Tara Autrey, one of the co-founders. You said three moms, right? So was this good relationship, friends, and sitting down, or did something shock you to push you into this?
Well, we tell this story a lot because I think it's an important one, especially just knowing that anyone who has a concern or desire, a mission, you can do it. Even just three regular moms like ourselves, Carrie Brandt, Sarah Ewing, and I, we were sitting down one night after our kids went to bed, and we were just talking about school, like regular moms do, and we all figured out that we were sending extra snacks to school with our kids, and that there was this great need. And it's like, well, if there are children who don't have the means to bring a snack to eat during snack time at school, what about when they go home? And so we started digging further, and we found out that Peggy over at the elementary school, she was sending home a loaf of bread, jar of peanut butter every Friday afternoon with a first grader to make sure that that kid had food through the weekend. You just started hearing these stories. There was a kid in my own daughter's classroom that same year, found out that child had never had a bed to sleep in, didn't own a pair of socks. And my daughter's close friend at the time, she was one of a multitude of kids in the family, and there were limited resources, limited food for her. So, it's hard to. You and I have talked about this a little bit in the past. Hard to always know that there are those needs right here in our county, right here, sitting next to our kids at school. You just don't always realize it, and this is a great way for people to come in and just make a tangible difference in the lives of kids.
How do you identify the students? Is that through the counselors at school? Is that how
it is? It's really quite private. I mean, parents, guardians can self-identify. There's a way through the website. Like right now at Ludington Area School District, there is a link to Lakeshore Food for Kids, and there's a place where they can register there. There's also an app on the students' iPads where they can register. But also there are many times when counselors or teachers will talk to Becky Erickson with Mason County Family Link and say, you know what, I think maybe this child could use some extra supports. And then Becky will reach out to that family and make those connections. So it's all a very private process, and we're just there to help the kids who need it.
Take us a full circle then. How does the community help? Today we're talking about going golfing at the Jaycees, where 30% goes to the Lakeshore Food for Kids. But in general, is it where you're looking for donations? Is it financial? Is it food? Is it kind of a combination of both? With being part of the Lakeshore Food Club, is it better that those donations go there and they trickle down to you? Take us through those answers, if you don't mind.
Well, I'd say any and all. So every school year we post a list of items of the month, and I believe that will be happening again this school year. Some of those things that we send home quite often in the food bags, people really like that, being able to go to the store and feel like they have participated. They've handled those items, and now they're taking it from point A to point B, and I totally get that. I love doing that with my kids, so wonderful opportunity. But then also, of course, we take monetary donations. The really cool thing about participating with the food club is that they have partnerships that are amazing. They're able to stretch a dollar in ways that you and I, walking into Walmart, Meijer, Family Fare, we could not do. So your monetary donations, which we usually funnel through the Community Foundation, we have a donor-advised fund there. So you can make a donation and get your tax receipt and know that those dollars are going to be spent very well.
All right.
Yeah.
Today we are encouraging people to, and it's a fun experience to be able to go down to the Jaycees and golf there and know that a percentage is going back, but they can also ask questions. I would assume you or some of your team members are going to be down there to help out. But in general, just bringing the awareness for the Lakeshore Food for Kids program is just one step between this partnership with the Jaycees. What's your feelings on the Jaycees, putting that olive branch out for you?
Oh, it's awesome. We started a relationship with them last year, and I cannot walk away without noting that they were very impactful at the holiday time. They provided a grant for us for a a program. We called it Hunger Doesn't Take a Break. So we were in partnership with the Oriole Giving Tree. And when families went to shop in the evenings at Meyer, and they were able to shop with teachers and counselors, administrators, we were then able to hand families a food basket to help kids get through, like we talked about, that 16-day winter break. The Jaycees provided the monetary support for a good portion of each of those winter food baskets.
That's great.
And then they also came and helped us pack those baskets.
I do remember that a little bit there.
Yeah, they're
That's
just
great.
an awesome group. Younger individuals than myself, but that's okay.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm sorry.
Oh, golly.
I've aged out of that one. But this is great. This is a great opportunity. It's going to be a gorgeous day today. So this is going on until 10 o'clock tonight. And so if you want to take the family, or maybe a break from work, or just yourself, and go down and help. Plus, it's the way it's set up down there at the mini golf. It's fun to be able to golf through holes that are area businesses that probably are contributors and partners to you as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. This community has been phenomenal with their support of us. So
That's great.
we're very grateful.
Well, we appreciate you coming in. Tara, is there anything that we missed talking about, maybe a way for people to connect with the Lakeshore Food for Kids program?
Well, we, of course, have a website. If you go to Lakeshore Food Club, you'll find a link now for Lakeshore Food for Kids. And as I mentioned, if you'd like to give some monetary support, you can always send your donation to the Community Foundation for Mason County and put Lakeshore Food for Kids in that memo line. And just, feel free to reach out to us. Our email is lakeshorefoodforkids@gmail.com. And we're just always looking for interested people.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. The great program, and keep doing what you're doing, and going into your 8th year, right? 8th year.
8th year.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Did you expect that you would be at this spot?
No.
Yeah.
We keep talking about creating these T-shirts that say, "We just want to feed kids," but of course it's more involved than that. But it's definitely worth it.
It's pretty cool.
Like I said, anyone with some sort of mission or dream, especially right here in Mason County, they can do it. We have so many great community supporters.
What's holding you back from doing those T-shirts?
I don't know. Chris, do you want to sponsor them?
Yeah, maybe we will. How about
We'll talk.
we'll do 100 T-shirts for you. How's that?
Sounds good.
My commitment to you right here today.
Thanks for having us.
You got it. All right, Tara. Let's connect in the future again, and congratulations on all that you do.
Thank you.
You got it. It is 12:24 here. Stand by for one moment, and we'll send our country station back to more of those new country and all-time favorites that you listen to all day long here on Hot Country Hits 99.9. And for us here on 102.7 WMOM, stick around. The 80s and 90s lunch party continues in just a matter of moments, plus music on the way this hour, Chumbawamba, Dead or Alive, and more here on 102.7 Mom FM.